Good day. Welcome to the Job Card Master developed by Itcan Developments. The Job Card Master is a Microsoft Access database system that once installed, you have a little icon on the desktop that needs to be clicked to activate the program. Once the program is being activated or being clicked on the icon, you have the user control form that opens where a user can be specified, administrator, a clerk, editor, or whatever is applicable. We have chosen developer for this moment. Um, we'll just use a standard password. This user has administrative rights for the purpose of demonstration. Once we logged on to the job card master, this is the menu that we are then presented with. Just a bit of background information. The job card manager was designed or developed because every workshop, whether you are repairing motorcycles, refrigerators, or boats, requires some or other job management system in place. That system could be digital, paper-based, or verbal. Surprisingly, many businesses do not have an effective job card system. The effect thereof leads to wasted time, comebacks, financial loss, and unhappy customers. Job Card Master has been developed to help you better manage your workshop. It is a database application, as stated, that we will configure and customize to suit your exact requirements. Through proper implementation, you'll be able to increase productivity, reduce faulty workmanship, facilitate invoicing, save time, and keep your customers informed. We've designed the application to be user-friendly, whether you are a computer guru or only have a basic understanding of computers. If you can use a keyboard and mouse, you'll be able to use the application with confidence after very little training. As I showed you now, just by clicking once the application is being installed, by just clicking on this icon, this menu opens up. And that's basically it. From here on, it's just point and click. We have this menu that's our view and edit options, our report options, our settings options, and quit. We'll get to these options in a little while. For now, we'll just click on view and edit. We then presented with this edit menu form here that we are able to browse our current customers by name, browse them by cell number, browse the customer by email, by company, or by the job card tag number that's assigned to the customer. Here we have these two buttons. The one is our customer index. These are our customers that are currently in our database. And for now, we'll just add a new customer to show you how the process works. We'll just enter the customer's details quickly. I'll just use Peter Jones. This person is from DEF Clothing. That is in their personal capacity, the company they belong to. Telephone number, their cell phone number. All right. And in this instance, we'll be using my email address for demonstration purposes. As I just want to show you what happens. Once we exit this email field, a dialog box pops up or notification that warns you to please inform the customer that they'll receive email messages whenever their job status changes. And that's very important because this, as you register the customer into the database, it's important to inform the customer of what will happen once the job status changes. Click OK. We'll be adding a new job card now. Once we click on add a new job card, a dialog box again pops up to warn the user just to wait a few minutes before proceeding to allow Microsoft Outlook to completely open for the sending and receiving process of emails. That just gives a little time, so okay. When we then return to our email and we go and send receive, we just refresh our email quickly to show you. You will notice that a new email has been sent to the customer informing them that the job card system is opened and that the job is awaiting inspection and that they will receive emails on the job status changes. Okay. From this point on here, we can choose the default date of when the job is opened. We can choose the manufacturer. The guy brings in his BMW. The model is a GS 1200 for demonstration purposes. The year model is a 2010. And this customer wants the brakes or the shocks changed. And the brakes, we can look at that. We will choose the manufacturer of the shocks. All aftermarket parts, whatever is applicable, can be entered into this dialog box here, in this drop-down menu. The registration number of the vehicle, the kilometer reading, then you'll see that because we haven't got any feedback from the client yet, we're just opening the job card. We will leave the default at waiting inspection for demonstration purposes. We will assign a tag number 50 for the job status. Once we do that, you'll see a little green button pops up there that indicates that the tag is available for this customer. The job description is check leaking shocks. Okay, once we've done that, we can now provide an estimate to the customer before proceeding, so that there's transparency, so that we communicate to the customer and vice versa, and everybody knows what's going on. We go to the next tab, which is our notes of importance. You'll see on our notes of importance, we have a button work approved, which is disabled, and you have a emoticon that has a confused expression. That is because we have not interacted with the customer. We haven't received feedback from the customer that the work is approved, and once the work's approved from a customer, we can then go ahead. We'll have our inspections note. We can put our inspection notes in here. We would say, for instance, seals are leaking. Our job requirements will be to replace the seals, change the oil. Okay. Once we've done that, that's our job requirements. We can now exit as we are waiting for feedback on the customer, so the customer can tell us to go ahead or not. Once we have feedback from the customer and we are sure that we can go ahead with the job, we now go back to the customer's file and we can go assign a technician to the job because the customer has told us to go ahead with the job. We will now say, right, work in progress. Once we change this drop down to work in progress, the customer will receive a new email of the work in progress, and it's then important to make sure that the customer has approved the estimate before continuing. just for reference's sake, once we go back to our email, you will notice that the customer received a new email saying that the job status is in progress, and that the job's currently in production. All right. Once we've received feedback from the client and we've changed work in progress, we'll see then, if we go back to this tab here, that the work approved button has now been enabled, because this allows us now to basically sanction the job to go ahead and to approve it. You'll see that the emoticon immediately changes to being happy as the job is being done. In the documents and costing section, we can specify the seals to be purchased, the oils that's been purchased for changing the shocks, and we can then specify the amounts. Let's say we've paid 200 Rand for the seals and we paid 200 Rand for the oil. We can then attach these invoices or receipts here as a proof to the customer of what we purchased. The job estimate, if we're going to charge him an hourly rate of 400 Rand, we're going to have an 800 Rand hourly estimate, and the cost includes 400 Rand. That gives us our profit and loss. So it gives us a costing estimate, a breakdown for our own reference purposes. We can go back to our notes importance. We can here enter a workshop report of seals, whatever was done in the job. The seals was replaced. And to oil changed. So here we can then also specify a warranty of terms to make sure that we give the client a warranty on the work done, and to make sure that everything is in order according to the client specifications. Right. Once that is done, the job then takes preference and gets finalized. And once that is done, we can then go back to our client and we can go and say that the job is completed. Once we click on job is being completed, another email will open up informing the client that a job is completed and that his job is ready for collection. You will notice that he gets an email saying the job is completed, and also a PDF is attached to this email giving the job card, or attaching the job card as what is being done, and the warranty and all the necessary information that the client may require. Okay, once that is done, the client has come and either collected the vehicle, or in the case if it's parts, in parts, then we can also specify a courier with a weighable number, where the courier service can be entered and a weighable number can be specified. 1, 2, 3. It can be saved, and immediately we have a record of the parts that is collected, and an email gets sent also to the client specifying him of that fact. You'll notice, sorry, I'll just go back there. You will notice that if we go back to Peter Jones, that Because the job is now completed, his job is closed. The tag number is turned to a red button, and it just indicates us that there's nothing that can be done to the job. We have your closed job tab, and your open job cards tab is also disabled. If you go back to reports on this menu, we can now go draw a report summary of whatever has been happening in our business. We can have an open job card report summary ready for printing that just gives us a nice breakdown of what open job cards there still needs to be taken care of. We have a job card task list that's also ready for printing, where we can just have a nice breakdown of what's happening on our job cards, on our open job cards, and the status and the progress of whatever is happening on the job cards. We can have a job card review report, also ready for printing, where we have a nice detailed breakdown of our job cards and what has happened over the course of the time. On our settings tab, we can go specify our company details, our business details, our email address, and also go check, do we want to send emails on the job status changes? We can add a logo, our business logo, or remove it, change it as we want to. Our user security, we can go specify which users we are assigning to the program to use, do their administrative level, are they staff, supervisor, and their email addresses. Our backup utility is where our current data files are stored and where our backup files can go. So we can go specify here exactly where we want our backups to be done and our files to be stored. Our license details is when we install the software, we have a license code, so you always have that as a reference. We have a lookup editor where we can add any additional information in our drop-down menus that we use in our application to customize it to our needs the way we want it. That is besides our customization of whatever we need to do for the job card system for your company. Once all that is done and you've finished the application, you just click exit and immediately closes the application, and you're just leaving with a job card master icon on your desktop again for the next time to open it if you want to use it. I thank you for watching, and please make sure to click on the links provided to contact us for a free quote and for us to come and showcase our job card master to you